got corned beef?
With poop on mustard.
On a normal Tuesday, what's the occasion?
Who says there's an occasion?
You hear this, Joe? Charlie's got corned beef and pastrami on a normal Tuesday.
On bakery pumpernickel.
On bakery pumpernickel with poop on mustard.
Very nice.
Look at all those poor souls down there who have to eat their lunch at sea level. I'm the man who broke the bank at Monte Carlo!
What's the news today, Joe? Something hot on the paper? Some kind of,
International development.
international developments of things in Europe. Any news?
The news is that history is a cesspool,
Oh,
as it always was. We also find out that a woman in Astoria, Queens, lived with a guy for 15 years. Didn't know the guy had 5 other wives
5 other wives.
in the same neighborhood.
Did you hear this, Charlie?
Many things are possible in this world.
A guy with that many wives, is that still bigamy?
It's geometry.
Huh. Well, give me the TV page, will you? Let's see what's on it, too.
Hey, don't let me hear anything about the TV.
I just want to
Don't let me
see.
hear no talk about the TV. We got bowling tonight.
I just want to see what I'm missing.
Speaking of which, who's in for tonight?
I'm in.
Joe, are you in?
I can't this week, Charlie.
You want to bowl a few games tonight?
I got things I gotta go home.
Why, you gotta nail up some doilies in your wife's powder room or something?
I got some things I gotta.
So do them tomorrow.
Bridget wants me to do them tonight.
So bring her along and do them
I
tomorrow.
can't do them tomorrow.
Hey, who is the king in your house anyway? Who is the king? Who makes the rules?
Gentlemen.
When Maggie wanted you to put in that new floor, you didn't bowl for 2 weeks, Charlie.
That was different.
And because you couldn't bowl, you wouldn't let us bowl either.
That was different.
Yeah, why was it so different?
Just don't get small on me, Joe, okay?
Why was
I hate it when you get all small on me like that.
Gentlemen, please.
And it's not doilies.
Joe.
So, how's your wife doing, Frank?
She's good.
Doctor fixed her all up and everything?
Looks like it. She was out there mowing the grass yesterday.
That's a sign.
That's a sign. But how about that lawnmower you just bought, Charlie? How's that working?
It's busted.
No.
Yes.
Already?
Yeah.
So did you take it back?
I don't know why I ever cut my grass in the first place. I like it warm. I like to sit on my porch and look at it warm. Where do you think the word born comes from in the first place? From long, because grass was always long. Originally, people said, I'm gonna go plant some seeds and grow a lawn. Then some moron thinks it'll be different, cuts his lawn short. The rest is the history of fashion.
I didn't know that.
Did you say something, Joe?
Who, me? No, I didn't say anything.
Yo, Pep Tac! You got one of those sugar cubes? Thanks.
You guys ever think about hang gliding home from here?
Ain't gliding home.
Yeah. Instead of driving and taking a cab.
Wouldn't you have to learn how to hang glide first?
Sure, you would. But then, after you wrapped up work, you could just strap on your wings, step off the top floor, sail all the way home. Be the first person in history to fly all the way from 32nd Street, 10th Avenue to Tenafly, New Jersey, with a fabulous view all the way. Maybe after I retire.
You know, I've been sitting here eating this thing, and I still don't know if it's tuna or liverwurst.
Yeah, well, that's on the ozone up here.
The what?
The carbon dioxide at this altitude compresses the things in your nose, and you can't taste nothing. Did you say something, Joe?
Not me. I guess the carbon dioxide was compressing my nose or something.
Hey, speaking of flying, Charlie, they got that movie about the Lindbergh get on again tonight.
They got the what?
That show about the Lindbergh baby who got kidnapped.
Let me see that!
Hey, what's up? What the hell are you doing?
I just want to see!
You see that movie that Taco was on?
Yeah?
With Anthony Hopkins, what's his name?
Bruno Hauptmann.
Hey, didn't that happen someplace around?
Hopewell, New Jersey.
What are they bringing that turkey back for?
Turkey?
Yeah, who wants to see that
seems up?
Nothing is up. Forget about it. Nothing's up.
What the heck is that?
What does it look like? It's a cupcake.
Hey, Joe, will you look at this?
Isn't that nice? Maggie made him a cupcake.
My wife did not make me this cupcake. I bought this cupcake.
What's the, you know...
Celebration?
The celebration, Charlie.
Who says there's a celebration?
Corned beef and pastrami and a chocolate cupcake.
If you'll notice, a somber color. Maybe I am observing a very solemn day for some private reason.
Next thing you know, he's going to be putting out doilies around his house.
That's it, Morelli!
Gentlemen!
And your taste in movies is loud.
Gentlemen!
And if you ask me, Charles Lindbergh is overrated.
Overrated?
Yeah, overrated. So he flew
The
across...
greatest hero in American history?
He flew across the ocean. Big deal.
Oh, big deal, huh?
Yeah. And as for the Lindbergh baby, who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, who the hell cares? It's old news.
Oh, yeah?
It's ancient history that kid got stolen.
Well, for your information,
Working people get kidnapped every day in the world, and they don't make no movies about them.
maybe they're not as important as the Lindbergh baby.
So why am I supposed to care about the goddamn Lindbergh baby?
You don't care about the Lindbergh baby?
No, I don't care about the Lindbergh baby.
You don't have any feeling for the Lindbergh baby?
No, I don't have any feeling for the Lindbergh baby.
Well, for your information, I am the Lindbergh baby.
You oughta...
Yes, I am the Lindbergh baby. I'm the rightful son of Charles Lindbergh, kidnapped from the home of my parents, and I didn't mean to tell you, but you forced me into it. And the hell, if I will listen to my family being insulted, so there.
You're the...
Yes.
But your name is Petrosian.
Oh, sure. That's what I was brought up to think my name was.
You think you're the Lindbergh baby?
Go to hell, Joe.
You wanna...
No, I am not going off my head.
I don't believe this.
Yeah, well, the truth is always strange at first sight, so live with it.
Do you know that there are separate asylums to hold all the people who think that they're the Lindbergh baby?
Just mind your own business, will you? Read your newspaper. Stick to the pickle and pimento loaf, small time.
Charlie, there are people who might wonder a little if you claim to be the Lindbergh baby.
But it all fits, doesn't it? I mean, Charles, Charlie, was I not born in New Jersey and brought up in the town of Hopewell, where the crime was perpetrated?
He was brought up in Hopewell, Joe.
Yeah? That makes about 50,000 of the Lindbergh baby.
They're imposters.
I thought the police found a kid's body.
That was another kid's body.
Whose body?
I don't know whose body. It wasn't my body.
Obviously not. But how come you kept this a secret all these years, Charlie?
Well, naturally, a lot of people wouldn't believe me.
Oh, really?
Plus, I was already pretty well established as Charles Petrosian. You know, driver's license, credit cards, bank account.
Sure, it's hard to make a change.
But mostly, I didn't want to upset the feelings of my true mother, Anne Morrow Lindbergh.
Whose books are bullshit.
You shut your trap about my mother!
Come on, Joe. You know better than that.
Have you read her books?
Yes, I have, and I think they're beautiful!
She made a goddamn fortune off you read about that kidnapping.
It happened to be a very traumatic experience for
Well,
her!
that don't mean she has to go peddle it on the street corner. You ought to ask for a cut of her royalties. You could retire early. Take up hang gliding.
Joe's got a good point, Charlie. You could contact the family. You should try to pick up your inheritance. You could have been a rich guy, Charlie.
Actually, I did write to Mother once.
You did?
Yeah, but she never answered back. I figured the letter never got to her.
Did you tell her, you know, who you were?
I hinted who I was.
Oh, sure. Dear Mom, guess who? And then he signed it. Your loving son, Charles Petrosian. P.S. Send the inheritance.
Knock it off!
Real subtle.
Anyway, I told her how I was from her area. That's how I put it. I said I was from her area.
That's a hint.
Sigmund Freud would have had a picnic.
It must be great having Jimmy Stewart play a father and all.
I wrote to Jimmy once, under my nom de plume of Atrocian.
He ever answer back?
I got a signed picture in the mail.
You never told me that.
Yeah.
You never told me you had a signed picture of Jimmy Stewart.
Well, I've been keeping it a secret in case people started getting ideas about my true identity. Somebody starts putting a few clues together, it could have repercussions.
Yeah, they throw you in a loony bin.
Go ahead. Scoff if you will.
But this means Anthony Hopkins didn't really do it.
What, you mean kidnap me?
Yeah.
Obviously not. Not unless he was in league with the Petrosian family and handed me over to them.
Yeah. What about the Petrosian's role in all this?
My foster parents, as I like to think of them, pawns in a bigger game, Frank. Pawns in a bigger game.
But how did you make the transition? I mean, from being a Lindbergh to being a Petrosian.
Let me just say, I got my ideas, Frank.
You know, it's very funny you should be saying all this.
What, that I've been the Lindbergh baby all these years and you never knew it?
Yeah. Because you see, I'm the son of Tsar Nicholas II of Russia.
No!
Yes.
You're kidding!
That's the truth.
You're the kid that got shot in the Russian Revolution?
That's me, after the throne of Moscow
Holy shit!
and sovereign of the Ukraine.
I saw that movie! Nicholas, and what's her name?
Alexandra! That was my mother.
But I thought you got shot!
A faithful servant smuggled me out. Nobody knows I survived.
And you had Lawrence Olivier in the movie and everything. I mean, Anthony Hopkins is one thing, but Sir Lawrence Olivier!
Yeah, I felt pretty honored having him in my movie. Though I did have a few quibbles about the, historical details.
So, what's your real name?
Alexei Nikolaevich Romanov.
And by what name would you prefer to be called?
Why don't you just keep calling me Frank? It'll be easier.
Besides, protected your incognito.
The Tsar of Russia? The Tsar of Russia?
Here, word for you, Joe!
Do you know how old you'd have to be a Tsar of Russia?
Never you mind, Frank.
You'd have to be 9 years old.
Do you want to hurt his feelings?
And a hemophiliac.
I've always been a heavy bleeder.
Well, that'll make it a goddamn Tsar of Russia. I mean, a Lindbergh baby is one thing.
Will you shut up? Please, just shut up. You're a lot of very sensitive crap. We are talking families, Joe, and Frank here lost everyone in the revolution. So have a little sympathy. You got orphans here.
Okay, then. Alexei, how do you know all this? How do you know you're the head honcho of the Ukraine?
Well, one day I saw this picture in a book. A picture of Moscow with the Kremlin and those domes.
Yeah, those onion-shaped domes.
Yeah. And I said to myself, I've been there. I've been there sometime. It was like I could remember it.
Of course you remember it. Those communist bastards tried to run you out there.
And then when I saw that movie, it was like I knew all the streets. Before they even go around a corner, I know it was going to be on the other side. It was home.
Must have been painful.
It was pretty painful.
Seeing everything you lost out on.
It only really got bad when I had to watch myself get killed.
Understandably, Alexei. Understandably. But, how's the Russian these days?
Oh, I've forgotten most of it by now.
The trauma of the whole thing probably made you,
Repress it.
repress it. Plus, the strain of having to maintain your daily identity is Frank McCoolon. Have you told Phyllis?
No, she doesn't know. I'll probably have to tell her sometime, though.
I feel she'll understand.
Yeah, I just gotta wait for the right
competition on your throne.
I think I should leave that to the will of the people.
Well, if things have turned out different, there isn't anybody I'd rather have on the Russian throne than you, Fred.
Thanks, Charlie.
Well, I'll be goddamn. To think, all this time, and we never knew. You never knew about me. I never knew about you and Joe. I didn't know about either of us.
So, Joe,
Yeah, what?
who are you?
I'm not anybody.
Really, I mean.
I'm not anybody.
Really.
I'm Joe Morelli. Period.
I'm not talking about that.
I'm Superman.
I mean, really.
I'm nobody.
Underneath it all.
I'm nobody. I'm just another guy on the street. But in a previous lifetime, I was Marie Antoinette.
No shit!
Yeah, that was me.
The let him eat cake lady?
I said that is 1793. Let them eat cake.
Well, isn't that something?
I knew you were somebody.
Ricky gets shot by the Reds, and you get your head chopped off in Paris.
Yeah, one minute I'm standing on a scaffold in a diamond tiara. The next minute, I'm Joe Morelli and Weehawken,
Must have been pretty disconcerting.
to say the least. But I do remember kneeling down on the thing there, the guillotine, and the blade.
Yeah, shit.
It's 1 o'clock.
That's what the company tells us.
Jesus. Well, listen, you guys. You can't tell anybody.
You forget who you're talking to.
I don't want this getting around.
We know that.
People would think I was kind of weird.
We will be as the two.
You swear?
Of course we swear.
We're all in the same,
Situation.
But first things first, who is bowling tonight?
I'm in.
And I'm in, Joe.
I told you, Charlie. I got all these things to do.
Are you gonna let that bullshit get in your way? Are you forgetting who you are?
Yeah, Joe. Remember the crown jewel.